Welcome to Two Guys No Credentials
where two completely unqualified people talk about nothing.
and everything.
Like we know what we're doing. Spoiler, we don't. I'm all stuffy still.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you sound it, dude. I'm so sorry. Like, it's literally been more than a week and you're still not feeling well.
The doctor on Friday, I made an appointment at like 7:30 in the morning and they got me in at 8. And they're like, "You don't have an appointment?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do. I just made it." And they're like, "No, you don't. We don't have a folder for you." And I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe it's in the computer. I don't know."
Yeah.
Like
Print your files.
the guy on the phone was like, "Yes, go at 8 o'clock. They will see you." And the nurse is like, "I don't have anything for you." I'm like, "Well, is anybody here at 8 o'clock?" He's like, "No, we don't have any appointments." I'm like, "I'm the one. I'm the appointment. It's me." And so I sit down with the doctor. The doctor's like, "What do you want me to do? Like, you're sick. I can't give you any meds." I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, I'll just go home then." And she's like, "You're getting old. It takes a while." I'm like, what a bitch. God.
Oh man, I swear to Christ, this shit only happens to you.
Well, this is you know how everybody's like, "Oh, we want single payer health or single payer health care."
Yeah.
I have it. Do you really want it?
Yeah. The stories don't sound great. I'll tell you that for free.
No, yeah. There you go. Oh man. But yeah, she's like, "What do you want me to do?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just, you're the doctor. You tell me."
Yeah, I feel like in that particular situation, I would want the doctor to tell me what's going on. Even if she came in and was like, "Yeah, I mean, I think you just have a virus, and so you guys got to work through your system. I'm sorry, I can't do more." It's one thing.
She did
But
say that, but she also was
she
like,
said,
"There's
"What do you
nothing
want
I
me
can
to
do.
do?
What do you want me to do?" Uh,
Help?"
she's also got like a student in the room, and I'm just like, they're like, "Do you care if the student's there?" And I'm like, "I guess not. I mean, got to learn somehow." But I feel like this was a terrible lesson.
This was a terrible lesson. You know what you
Yeah.
should have said? When she's like, "What do you want me to do?" You'd be like, "My taxes."
That got me so good the first time you did that. But this kid, the student, he's gonna go back to all his classmates. He's like, "Guys, if you don't know what to do, you just be like, what do you want me to do?" And they just go away. They're like, "Oh wow." I
That's all
never thought
med
of
school is, shooing people.
it. Yeah. God. All right. Well, you win that debate. I want them to import all the doctors. Yeah. Just
Maybe one with some compassion.
yeah, please. Somebody who's seen a lot of sick people and feels bad for them. Ugh. All right. I don't know how to do this, so we'll just give it a shot.
Get after it, bud.
All right. Um, see, I can't even do it because it's like a persona. I'm not good at this.
You're great at it, bud.
I'm having a complete meltdown while we're filming this,
All right,
and
let me help
nobody
you out.
knows why.
Let me help you out. Hey, bud, did you hear anything from Jerome Powell this week?
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So this week, Jerome Powell says that the Fed won't survive political firings over policy disagreements. And I say, don't threaten me with a good time, bud. That's what I say. Yeah. I'm not saying abolish the Fed. I'm saying if it disappears, I'm not putting it on a milk carton.
Like Savannah Guthrie's mom?
I don't know who that is.
Holy shit, bud.
Oh,
You
yes, I
should Google
do.
that.
She disappeared. Like, that was late last summer?
Um, no, it was this winter.
Oh, I don't know. I do remember that. and somebody broke into the house. They had some camera footage. They tried to cover it with flowers. Real smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. Did they find that person?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Ah, man, we're doing a real good job here at the No Credentials News Desk. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, like, it's not my grandma, so, like, I don't give a shit.
It's not-
Like, it's sad. It's sad. I hope they find her, but, like, they're probably gonna find her bones.
I don't know. I don't know if they found her. I don't. Well, you should probably look that up, but I'm not going to.
Even if she's an old lady, even if she's alive, she's still only bones.
She, I'm pretty sure she had. Well, she's old, so this is obvious, but I'm pretty sure she had a health condition too.
Yeah, well, didn't she had, like, heart problems and dementia?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Ah, I can't believe you remember that, Savannah Guthrie. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, she's on the Today Show. She's an anchor. She's annoying as fuck.
Oh, I don't don't watch the Today Show.
Yeah, you know why? Because you're working like the rest of us.
Wait, it's the Today Show, isn't just on today?
Yeah, it's always on. It's like 7 a.m.
Oh, I meant like. Never mind. All right, let's move on. Uh,
Well, we got to edit a lot of this out, all right?
this this isn't going well. We're having too much fun. Um,
Firefighter, investigator, butts, and that gotta go.
yeah, yeah. No, we're keeping the firefighter butts. That's for sure. Oh man. Anyway, in the NFL news, Packers running back Josh Jacobs was arrested on serious alleged domestic violence related charges, but everybody's really mad at Jackson Dart for introducing Trump at a rally.
So what I think is so interesting about this is Josh Jacobs was almost immediately released from the hospital with a press release saying that he didn't actually do any of those things, and so he's like back at practice.
Oh, all right. But I just
But
think it's really it's just really funny because they're everybody's like, all right, well, let's wait until we see what happens. But like, we're ready to like crucify Jackson Dart over this.
yeah, it is interesting, like the response. I always say, if you are a public figure, you still can do whatever you want, but you accept the consequences that go along with it, right or wrong. And so, like, Drew Brees got himself into hot water for the same reason in Trump's first term. Um, and I can't even remember what the subject matter was, but I remember talking to people about it, and like, they're outraged that people are angry with him. I'm like, I'm not outraged. Like, when you're in the public eye, that's what happens. That's why
I'm
it's
just
best to just stay out of all of it. If you don't want the backlash, if you welcome the backlash, you want to like start a dialogue with people. That's a great goal too. But then I would argue, if you're an athlete or the starting quarterback for the Giants, do you really have time to be like? I don't want your time being dedicated to starting a dialogue. I want your time to be watching film and practice.
yeah, I guess I see your point, but also I just am really confused. Like, this is a hanging offense for Jackson Dart, and nobody's really upset with Josh Jacobs.
Oh,
Like like in the
yeah,
media, it's really strange.
I think it comes down to fantasy points.
That's that was the one that yeah, I don't remember who I was watching on ESPN do this, but they were like really concerned about the Giants locker room. And
Yeah.
it's like the Giants have won 6 games in the last 3 years, and we're worried about the vibes in the locker room. Like, shut the fuck up. That's what you're worried about? Oh my god.
It is so true though. Like, it's just because it's a talking point, right? Jackson Dart, I think, is an okay quarterback. We'll see what he's got. I think that him getting injured really sucked because I thought he was playing like well. I was enjoying what I was seeing. But like Kayvon Thibodeau was super upset with him. They had to have this whole big team meeting and like come to an agreement that they're like not going to talk politics in the locker room and they're not going to do this kind of shit anymore or whatever. And I'm like,
But
there's nothing else exciting happening in that organization.
do any of these other people actually give a fuck? Like, are they just like, I need to be mad. Like, he's just Trump.
Oh, do you mean like the players or like people?
Yeah, the players. Like, do they really give a fuck?
I think actually a lot of them do.
Really?
Yeah. Like we've talked about this before. I don't really think that. I think Trump is the closest to a white nationalist president that we've had since like a long time. And so I can like the whole "Make America Great Again" thing, like the whole slogan. It, I can absolutely understand why people of color would be like annoyed with that, um, and like feel that that is like an undertone for feeling some type of way about people that are non-white. And so I think that they probably do care a little bit. I think that they probably don't have awesome like education behind why they care. I don't think they dive that deep into like, you know, like political discourse to really have be able to form their own opinion. So I think their opinion is based on emotion rather than fact. But
Oh, well,
I don't know.
I just want to say this. If he's a white national president, he's doing a really bad job of it.
Again, he's not a white nationalist. He's the closest to.
Yeah, that he's pretty far away.
I maybe. I mean, we've talked about this before. He was tried and adjudicated for racist practices. So like that happened.
Yeah, racist. All right, listen, I'm not defending racist practices, so like, don't take this the wrong way or whatever people do on the internet. But like, that's not being a white nationalist president. Like, that's just
No,
like, all right, like somebody found out like that, like he was doing something discriminatory. I don't even know. I have no idea. What was this like in the 80s?
it was late '90s, early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Not very long ago.
All
Yeah.
right, never mind. He's a fucking racist. Uh, when people get that old, they don't change. Anyway, let's get back to the NFL. I just got to say this because I wrote this joke myself. The guy I hired, he was one of Conan's guys. He didn't write this. I did it myself. The NFL moral compass is just a magic 8 ball with CTE.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Let's get back into politics. That's so funny. I'm really proud of that.
You should
Democrats,
be. That's a good
yeah,
one.
let's go. Democrats shocked to find out Senate candidate Grant Platner, who has a Nazi tattoo, may not be a flawless. Oh, fuck! I did this. A damn moral compass, flawless moral compass. I used it twice.
That's okay. It's a callback.
That's a shame. Flawless
We'll
moral
edit that
compass.
out. Might also not be a flawless moral compass.
Oh man. Yeah, but who didn't see this coming? I did.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like if you have a Nazi tattoo, you're probably not cool to hang with.
Yeah, he's probably a douche, but he's got some really weird stuff going on. Have you heard any of the stuff they're talking about?
I gotta be honest with you. Right now is the first time I've ever heard of that name.
Really? Graham Platner is the Senate candidate in Maine, and I believe he's going to be running against Susan Collins, the Republican there, who voted to impeach Trump. Um, just votes. I'd say she's like 50-50. She's very, very moderate.
Mhm.
And they're like, we got to get her out at all costs, even if it's the Nazi guy. But he's bragged about, uh, jerking off in porta potties. Like that's a big, like he enjoys doing that.
It's not very
Um,
sanitary.
his wife told his campaign that she was worried because he was sexting with multiple women that are not her. Yeah,
With multiple women and they were all her.
they were none of them were her. Yeah. But
That was a wild thing to just come out and admit to. Can I tell you what I'm hearing from as an outsider that really knows nothing about this?
sure.
They wanted that lady out because they couldn't count on her vote, right?
Well, yeah, she's a Republican.
Well, no, but like you said, she's more moderate too. So there's she would swing like it's depending on the issue. Sounds like she would swing kind of different ways.
He's running for. He's running as a Democrat.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, some big names too. Chris Murphy backing him and defending him. Bernie Sanders, who's a total loser, on the Graham Platner Nazi train. Yeah, which is there was no pun intended. Bernie Sanders is Jewish. Yeah, but they're like, this guy, he's got a Nazi tattoo. But people who put that stuff on their body, they could change.
no, I do think that it's true. They can change. However, it's a very small portion of those people.
Well,
the likelihood that it's him, I would be skeptical.
I don't know. He's just a total douche. The other thing I don't like about him is, I'm going to throw up trying to say this, but he's a United States Marine, and he's a fucking disgrace. Yeah, he's a fucking disgrace to the title Marine. There's video of him mocking a soldier being attacked and shot by the Taliban, and I'm pretty sure he said he deserved to die.
Jesus.
Yeah, Graham Platner is not a good dude, and fuck him. And you earned that title; it's yours for life. But I feel like if anybody should have it taken away from him, it's him.
Yeah, we should burn down his house.
That would make
him move.
Yeah, but it would make his move easier.
Oh yeah, we should flood his house.
I just was thinking the same thing. Oh my god, we share the same brain.
We're not going to do any of that. I don't even know who this guy is. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild. Like my grandfather was a Marine, and he just like had it. You know what I mean? There's like something you guys all have, and it's it. And it's very shocking to me that somebody this fucked would have that.
He doesn't. I've heard the guy talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big crybaby too. He's like, Susan Collins voted to send me to Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever he went. And it's like, bro, you volunteered. Like
Also,
whether the wars were like justified or we lied to get our way into it, you can make that argument, but like you volunteered. Like there was a very good chance you were going to go to war. Stop being a baby.
Yes. Right. And I also think like if he's running for Senate, so he's probably in some sort of political office and he's probably not broke, right? His income. Cover up the tattoo.
He did. He covered it up with a flower.
Oh, so he's gay too.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Just
nothing at all. It's fine if that's what you want to do.
It's just really hard to figure out how this guy's going to vote. You know what I mean?
Gosh. All right, moving on. No more politics, right? Let's
Yeah, we're going to go with some lighthearted shit.
Okay.
By the way, I don't think we can air most of this episode.
That's good. I like that.
Well, happy beginning of the new NFL season, everyone.
Oh.
If you're not aware, the NFL season officially started yesterday at 4 p.m. Free agency started. And guess what happened with the Bills? Fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. They make no moves off the bat, no splash moves, because they just want to waste Josh Allen's entire career. They like please, can we get through another year of making sure Allen has nothing to work with? We would love to make sure that he has nothing to work with and that there's nothing on the defense that can help us. But we'll get Nick Chubb, who tore his ACL last year, because that will make sure it doesn't help us. That's like all they want to do. I mean, Buffalo isn't nice. It's not like a nice city. So why should we have anything nice? Right? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
It's like when people take a Mercedes hood ornament and put it on like a 1986 Honda Civic. Why should we have that? We don't need that hood ornament. It's the same thing. So like yesterday, there's a massive move with the Rams trading for Myles Garrett. Obviously a great move. Everyone should trade for Myles Garrett. He's one of the best ever. First ballot Hall of Famer. Hell yeah. All they traded was a first-round draft pick next year and some, like, I guess he's a Pro Bowler, but he's not like a huge name, a defensive end. We had that. We could have given that. We had enough room to pay for that. You restructure shit. I don't give a shit what anyone says about the salary cap. There's always money in the banana stand. Always. They always figure it out.
Always money in the banana stand. What? Did your grandma tell you that?
Oh, I got a reference by you, bud.
Yeah, what's the banana stand?
Arrested Development. Awesome show. I love it. I've watched it many, many times. The dad is in prison for like fraud. So he's telling like his son where the company started. It was just a banana stand where they would just like do like chocolate dipped bananas like on the pier. And he's like, there's always money in the banana stand. Meaning like the insurance money. Like you could burn down the banana stand.
I see a theme.
And get the insurance money, right? So Michael, the son, he goes and does that. He burns it down to get a little bit of the insurance money so they keep the company alive. When in reality, there was like $300,000 or $400,000 lining the walls of the banana stand that he just burned to the ground.
There's always money in the banana stand. Wow,
I love that line.
I actually tried to watch it and I couldn't do it. I didn't think it was funny, and also
yeah,
I have a very hard time with the I don't know, like the live, like we're doing a documentary on these people type shows.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, the only one I ever liked was Parks and Rec.
Yeah, and that was like a true mockumentary. This one was just like infiltrating their lives. Like they never addressed that the camera was there. And honestly, it was like the first. What's actually really interesting about that show, it was groundbreaking at the time because no one ever shot a show like that before. There wasn't like special lighting. There really was like a house that they built for it, and like that's where they shot all of it. So it was all very natural, and it was a very loose script concept. So like they knew what they had to talk about, but the lines were very loose, so they would improv a lot. And I think David Cross is hilarious. I think he's so funny, and he is lights out, electric in this show. But it really saved Jason Bateman's career.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about that in interviews.
Yeah. Like he almost didn't do the show because like it was a completely new concept. Is it going to be funny? Like who even is this cast? And you know, he obviously knew who Jeffrey Tambor was, but I just think it's kind of interesting because a lot of people forget that Jason Bateman was a child actor.
Yeah.
In Teen Wolf, the original Teen Wolf in the 80s. A lot of people, so apparently he became like a hot shot and thought he was like all great and everything. So like he didn't get acting jobs since he was like a kid, like a teenager, all the way through until basically Arrested Development, and that kickstarted the entire thing.
Oh man, what else was he in?
Like early on?
Yeah, what? There's something that I really liked as a kid.
Dodgeball?
He was in Dodgeball? Yeah, he was in Dodgeball.
Yeah. Pepper Brooks.
Oh man. Are you drinking a beer?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh wow. I just you make me feel like less of a man drinking vitamin water over here.
Wow, I just wait for later in the episode.
Oh, all right. Moving on.
Anyways, moving on. Just to kind of put a bow on this. So the Rams have been a very good team, and they made like a lot of huge moves. They won the Super Bowl by going all in, and that was only a few years ago. And they're like primed to win another one. They went deep into the playoffs. It's a great team. Now they have Myles Garrett. We could have easily done that, but what we're going to do instead, probably, we're going to bring Stefon Diggs back here because I heard last week there's a very mouthy personal chef out here that needs to be taken care of.
Oh man. Well, I mean, they don't need Stefon Diggs for that. They could just call Obama. They could take care of that real quick.
Yeah, or apparently Josh Jacobs, allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Any NFL running back, really. They don't look down on that type of thing.
No, I mean, again, it's all fantasy points, right? The more fantasy points you get, the more slaps on the wrist you get.
Yeah. All right. Wow. This has been fun.
So far, so good, bud.
Yeah.
We're just rocking and rolling. All right. Well, I have one more update. I'm officially old. All right. It's happened. We're there. I never thought this day would come, yet here it is. I am so old that if I drink 2 beers after slow pitch softball, I will have a headache for almost the whole week. Do you want to know how I know that?
How do you know?
Because I played softball last Thursday. Dude, my throwing shoulder never had a problem in my life. My throwing shoulder like hurts a lot when I snap through. That's not a good sign. Like that's a really bad thing. So like that's a threat away from being torn, I'm sure. And my knees hurt. And it was just, and like while I'm playing softball, most of my worries are my own lawn.
Oh man.
That's how I know I'm old. I'm very old now. I used to throw fast. Now Jeff don't throw fast. I used to run fast. Now Jeff no run fast.
That's
Jeff used to hit. Now Jeff no hit.
Oh, all right.
I said this to the team.
Jeff used to like Elaine. No. Is it? Yeah.
Before Jimmy got these shoes, Jimmy used to jump like you, George. So I thought about this. So like it's tradition, right? We're on this softball team. We're terrible. It's a co-ed softball team. It's all my friends, and it's a really awesome thing because we get to get together once a week and do something a little active, have some fun, and then we go to the bar after, and we have our wings and some beers, and it's really, really awesome. It's such a great reason to get together once a week. So I'm sitting there at the bar. My entire body is sore, and I did very little in this game. Like I participated very little, and I couldn't help but think. I couldn't help but think about Vontae Davis. Are you familiar with that name?
It sounds very familiar.
Vontae Davis was an NFL safety, maybe a corner. I can't remember. He played for 10 years in the NFL. He was like a big name at the time. Like he was like a notable guy. He ends up on the Buffalo Bills. He plays 2 games in 2018 and then retired during halftime. Objectively hilarious. Like,
that's amazing.
And I just remember, like, we're all like, "Where the fuck is Vontae Davis?" And we were start seeing online during the game. He announced he retired at halftime. He took all of his equipment off, put his bag together, put his street clothes on, and just walked out during the game. And Tre'Davious White ended up talking about it because it was like his second or rookie season, something like that. He was talking about it, and he's like, "Yeah, Vontae just looked at me and said, 'Man, this is a young man's game.'" And he left. So at the bar, I just kept turning to I just thought I interrupted everyone's conversation. I'm like, this is a young man's game.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to use that.
Yeah. Like
Although
my saving grace for the whole thing oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was just going to say I don't really have to use it. First of all, I don't play any sports, and if I do play a sport, I'm playing basketball with my little cousin, and
Hell yeah.
she makes fun of me for being old. And at work, I don't have to say it there either, because all of them make fun of me for being old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not nice.
I welcome it. Anyone online. Not only are you going to call me gay, you now can also call me old.
Yeah.
Yeah. My saving grace for the whole thing though, like with the softball stuff, was that like, all right, we know the bar is closing this year. The guy that owns it, he's owned it his entire life. His dad owned it before him. And like he's getting up there in age, his health isn't so great. And it's like literally only him that works there with somebody in the kitchen, like cooking stuff. And so it's just two people. And he can't do it much anymore. So he kind of there's it's been spread around now. He's closing in October. It's a really sad thing for the community, but it's also like one last hurrah. This is awesome. We'll go there every week. We'll do our thing. We'll celebrate together. We'll get emotional together our last day there. But now I'm hearing that he might not close, and I might have to play softball another year.
Oh, Jesus! It was just to get you in to buy more wings.
Yeah, what a clever ruse.
Yeah, even more clever than the rotisserie chicken.
Yes. What I will say about the wings there, though, so during March Madness every year, there's like it's like a Buffalo thing where there's a bracket for the best wings in Western New York, and this place is not a notable place. Like it's this very tiny, divey, hole in the wall place in North Tonawanda, New York, called Klimax Tavern, and it is gross in there in the best way possible. It's beautiful. Like it's just that's how you know what I mean. That's how it is. I don't think the fryers have been clean since 1972, but like it's delicious. It's patinaed. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite places, and everything there is so cheap, dude. It's so cheap. You like we go there with the whole team. We order like 150 wings plus sides of fries, mott sticks, which I call butthole blasters. That is it for another time, and like pizza logs. We have a ton of food there. It ends up being about $15 a person. Crazy.
This all sounds great. Well,
yes,
it sounds great, but also, I don't. Would I be able to eat there?
yes.
Because I'm a little. I'm not a germaphobe, but
I shouldn't say. Gross is the wrong word. It's just like it's old
like,
and it's like
so
weathered.
it's like, so it's not gross. It's like
Yeah,
like playing with it's like touching yak.
huh?
You don't remember yak?
No.
It was like this weird.
You're very old.
That's true. What? You don't remember Gak? Oh my God, Gak was this this green slimy stuff that you could kind of pull on, but it was like it also dripped a little and
yeah, it was kind of like an oobleck kind of substance. But like if you hit it, if you like added like pressure, it would be a little bit more solid. Is that the right stuff?
maybe I don't remember. I just remember it came in the container it came in was shaped like a splat.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I remember commercials for this on Nickelodeon.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
you're old
Yes.
too.
I'm so old, dude. Ask my knees. There are but like anyway, so like during March Madness, they do this bracket for who has the best wings, and this tiny hole in the wall place that honestly not a ton of people even know about always makes it like at least to the Elite Eight. And like you're trying to beat out places that are famous like Duff's or the Anchor Bar. Like the food there is really good. The wings are amazing. It's so if we get you up to Buffalo this year at some point, we gotta go.
Let's do it. I'm in. I'll bring some Gak.
Thank God. Yeah, so that's my last update.
All right, sounds good. No more current events. No more Jeff is old. Even though that is kind of personal, let's make this even more personal.
Ooh,
All right,
let's
so
get nice and deep, like.
I've got a weekly regret. My regret for the week is I subscribe to the Daily Wire. Um, and so I let me just put this out here. I like Ben Shapiro. I listen to a lot of Ben Shapiro. I'm not a big fan of Michael Knowles. He's a little too much for me. Um, Matt Walsh, a little too much. Ben Shapiro, I'm just getting the facts and his opinion on the facts, but I'm getting his facts from a conservative point of view. I never was like, I need to subscribe. But the Daily Wire created sort of a fantasy related TV show called The Pendragon Cycle. And I'm totally into that shit. So I subscribed because I was a little bored. And it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was like community theater with a media budget. It's just not good. And I did it to myself. I shouldn't have done it. It's $15 a month. And
Oof, that is
yeah,
steep.
and I should be mad at myself. I'm upset. I'm definitely going to be canceling it. They need to and also their I don't know what's it called. Their system, that you click through, it's terrible.
The
Like
platform.
yeah, the platform, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I want to be fair to them. I did watch Run Fight Height or what Run Hide Fight. What did I just say? Run
Run.
Fight Height.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
good.
could have left it at that. And I would have totally believed you.
Yeah, Run Hide Fight, and surprisingly, that was really good. But
Cool.
you can't really be mad at anything that Isabel May is in, and that's science.
That's science. I mean, that's Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about that.
Oh, he's such an asshole. He'll talk about anything as long as he can hear himself talk.
What I will say is, so Ben Shapiro, I don't always agree with his opinion, but what I love about him is that he provides factual information with why he has this opinion. And I think that's a really important distinction to make. Like I really get the sense from him that he's not trying to just say buzzwords, and he's not trying to just like Matt Walsh, I think, does this sometimes where let me just talk about this topic because that will get us clicks. And I don't think that is rude. I don't think it's always rooted in good faith. With Ben Shapiro, I think it's always rooted in good faith, where he has had this list of statistical information, verifiable fact, and then he derives an opinion based on that verifiable fact.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. You know who you should really check out, who I really like? He's a lefty, Coleman Hughes. Have you watched any of his stuff?
You know what? I think I have.
Coleman Hughes is great. I love Yeah, I sent you the Epstein thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Coleman Hughes is great. I listen to him on a regular basis now.
He's very articulate and but in a way that doesn't. It's not highbrow, It's in a way that's easy to understand. I don't feel like he talks down to the audience. I think that, but there is a way where he simplifies really complex material.
Yeah, he's very articulate and he makes you comfortable. He brings you in. He's like a nice hot cup of tea with milk.
Oh,
no,
that sounds
no?
awful.
Oh, no?
I actually like tea a lot, but I'm a black
me
coffee
too.
guy. So I like black tea, actual black tea. And I steep that shit forever. Getting it strong.
Forever.
Yeah, little squints
I'm a black
Pallador's
tea
for
guy
your
as well.
ass. Yeah, it's good.
That's my drink of choice. I'm usually like, could I have an unsweetened tea?
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. I
Yeah.
used to do this all the time when I was singing a lot, like for the band and for other things. A cup of black tea and honey every morning is so good for your vocal folds. If you didn't know that,
I didn't. Can I ask you a question? We're going
yeah,
off the rails again.
let's go.
You said when I was singing for the band and other things. What are the
Mhm.
other things you're singing for?
So there was a point in my life, and if I wasn't being called gay online enough already, uh, I did in college. I did a lot of theater, so
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't love like the musicals as much. That's not my jam because I think like a lot of like showy shows are taking away from the plot of like really interesting dialogue. And so I think it cheapens the experience a lot of ways. Now I understand why people like them. Like a musical like Book of Mormon written by the South Park guys, unbelievable show. The music only enhances what's happening. But a show like Phantom of the Opera, I actually think the songs take away from what's happening. So
Well,
yeah, it's
that's a
just kind of
hot take.
interesting. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm an acting guy. That's what I like to do. So when I did theater, I did a lot of plays, and so it was just like straight up acting. We were in this one show called Time Stands Still, and there was only 4 members of the cast. The whole show was 4 people.
They're
I
all gay.
hap were yeah, all gay. I happen to have the lead role. It was 2 guys, 2 girls. I happen to have the lead role in that one, which was like I was honored to have that. But you do so much talking, like it's 2 straight hours of just like dialogue, and then there's ups and there's downs, so your voice has to be malleable for that. And I think like we always talk about like say like taking care of your vocal cords for singing, but really there's a lot that goes into just talking a lot. And so we did that all the time, like a little black tea with some honey.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Some
but
good advice.
that was a really, really cool show. Reading that script the first time, I was like, "Man, heavy." It was awesome.
Nice. All right. Um, Also, I like the humble brag. I was actually the lead. It was a great honor, by the way.
It's relevant to the story because if you're the lead, you're in it the most, and if you're in it the most, you're talking the most.
You know what? Fair. But anyway, that's my regret. Daily Wire, you've got some improvements to make. Um, and also hire Isabel May again. I
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'll watch her one
Yeah.
more time. Whatever. All right. You got any regrets?
Yes. I have a house.
Yes.
Sorry for yelling. I I have a house, and I guess when you're in a neighborhood, like, you should make your front gardens look nice, right? Like, I think it's a dumb social construct, but we have landscaping, and I guess it's my responsibility to maintain it. And so we did that this past weekend. We got, like, the sheathing that goes down so weeds can't pop up, which is a pain in the ass to do, and then we got a ton of mulch to go in there. Well, I bought a shit ton of mulch and then only did one of the 2 gardens. So we had to get more. But I got shit to do. I got events to go to. So we went to do that, but we ordered a bunch of mulch online from Home Depot. They said they will deliver same day. We're like, fantastic. That sounds great.
Nice.
So we get home, they delivered it, but they don't have a delivery service.
Wait.
They just like they they basically DoorDash the mulch to my house. I didn't know this. They
That's
said
awesome.
they have delivery. I didn't know that that meant some dude in like a SUV was just gonna pile that shit up in there and then bring it to my house and then leave it there. But when we arrived home, this poor fella, his car died in my driveway and he's stuck there now.
Uh,
I swear to Christ, this happened. And so,
That's amazing.
when you first roll up, right? This is like it's like a Chevy Trailblazer or something from like the year 2000. It's an old vehicle now, and it's rusted to shit. And like the dude that was driving had like a mohawk shaved in, and I don't mind mohawks because like I'm a punk rock. But
You
there was
sure
something
are.
sketchy. There was just something very sketchy going on. So I'm driving up, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Sam at this point through the roof without us even knowing what's going on. So I walk up and say, "Can I help you guys with something?" And they're like, "Are you the owner of this house?" I'm like, maybe.
Who's asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah. Like, and he's like, "Fuck, I want to be gone before you got here." I'm like, "Sorry to disappoint you." Oh my god.
Why did
Yeah,
you rob? Did you burgle my home?
I know that it's kind of what I was thinking. It's a
Yeah.
strange vehicle in my driveway, and like he's like, "I wish you guys weren't here." I'm like, okay, what, you gonna take the batteries out of my remote just to mess with me? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh my god. You got
And
robbed by
so
the wet bandits.
the wet bandits. And so, he's like, I ran out of gas when I was in your driveway. I should have left the car running, and now I'm stuck here. I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like, that's happened. Right? I've been there, and like, most people have had car troubles, right? Like, it happens. So I run to my shed, I grab my gas can, I fill them up, and it still won't start. And I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here, man? And he's like, I don't know. It says I'm out of gas, but like you put a bunch of gas in there, but the gas meter still says it's empty. And I look, and he's right. It still says it's empty. But then this is the part where I start to realize, oh, he's just got a shitty car, and that
Yeah.
the meter just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so even a neighbor came over with his gas can, and we're trying to help this guy, and this car will not start. So this is like an hour. Eventually, we get to a point where like, okay, well, we're not gonna be able to figure this out here. It's like trying to turn over, and it's one time it did turn over, but then it wouldn't stay running. I don't know enough about what's going on in any vehicle. Like if my gas tank doesn't say empty, like that's all I know what to do, right? Like
Yeah.
fill it up with gas.
I could change a tire, fill it up with gas, and jump the car if I need to. That is it.
That's it. I can change the oil. I've done it before. I don't want to do it again. So we're like, okay, well, you're gonna need like some professional help with this. So let's at least like throw it in neutral, push you out into the street, and we'll take care of that. So we push him out into the street, and he's next to the curb, but this guy is not hitting the brakes. So we just keep pushing, and he keeps rolling, and we're like, all right, hit the brakes. So he hits the brakes, but now he's sitting in front of someone else's driveway. Like, dude, what the H? What the H word?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
This is one of the motherfuckers in our Instagram call me gay because I don't drive a big truck or something and don't want to back into his space.
Yeah.
This guy. This is one of those guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's safer.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's safer? Like, you don't have a fucking
Yeah.
like reverse cam, you asshole? Shut up. It's not safer. Shut up.
And this guy for sure thinks I'm gay because I was wearing a polo and I groom. So we get him over to the other side of the curb, and meanwhile, his girlfriend arrives in a minivan with like what I only assume to be a gaggle of children, and they are just shouting at him, screaming at him what a loser this guy is because he's having car trouble. So I start to feel real awkward about this. I'm like, I don't need to be a part of your marital situation, whatever the hell you have going on here. And so I start to kind of like back away, like, okay, so have a good day. So
Yeah,
I
take
turned to
care.
Sam, and I'm like, the plan was for us to finish the mulch that night once it delivered. So I looked at Sam, and I'm like, we are not doing anything outside until this car is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so they are screaming at each other. We go in, we do our thing. We come back out a little while later. The car's still there, but he's gone. So great. We get started on our workout there. Well, then he fucking arrives again. I don't even know how he got there. He was like a Houdini act because he wasn't standing there. And then I turned around to do my thing. I turned back around. He's just like, boom, right there. Like he threw like a smoke bomb down. He just like appeared out of the ground. It was
Jeez.
crazy. So he's shouting to me from like down the street about what's going on with this car. And I'm like, I don't care. I
What
don't
do you
care
mean?
what your
He's
problems are.
like he's giving you a status update on the
Yes.
car? Like,
Yes. I
did
don't
you ask?
care.
Did you ask him? Were you like, "Is it out of my driveway?" Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's down the
That's
street.
all I need to know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like doing my things I have to do. And he's sitting over there and he's like, yeah, it still won't start. I'm like, I know. Because if it did, you wouldn't be there.
Yeah. He's actually your
And so,
neighbor.
well, my neighbors are out doing their things too. And they're causing ruckus because they're still kind of shouting at each other. And all my neighbors are looking at them and then looking at us because we brought these people into our neighborhood.
Yeah, you did. This is all your fault.
My neighbor Rick across the street, he's a great dude, but I can tell he's fuming washing his car. So what a little while goes by, they continue to try it. They tried to like blow like whatever the condensed air, like starting fluid. I don't know what the hell into the engine while starting. It doesn't work. So then they're like shouting at each other because he's got to pay to get a tow truck here, but his daughter's got like a birthday coming up, and like it was like this upcoming weekend because I heard them talking about it, and now he can't buy the birthday cake for them because he got to spend money on this. I start to feel like really really bad about it, and so now I feel all this guilt, like I it's just like a tough situation to like be a part of, but have this conversation in a whisper. Don't shout it to the
Oh my God.
neighborhood.
What'd you
Come
do?
on.
Did you give him the keys to your car or something? Or you like, "Here,
No,
just take it's on me, man."
I internally justified it because I gave him at least $50 in gas,
Jesus.
when I filled him up because I'm like, oh, it won't start. Let me
You
just put
gave
some
him
gas in
at
there.
least a
Sometimes,
gallon and a half.
yes, exactly. So the girlfriend gets pissed off. She tells him to go fuck himself, and she leaves. So now he's standing over there by himself, very like all dejected, and it's not funny, but it's also hilarious a little bit.
Oh,
And
it's funny.
so, and we just continue mulching our house.
This is the
uh,
absolute worst situation ever because it's like, all right, so 1, you're annoyed. 2, you feel bad. But
yeah,
also 3, you're kind of embarrassed because you're like,
yeah,
I have all these nice things and this guy's delivering mulch to me. Like
yeah,
I've been in situations like this before and it's just awful because you're like, fuck, I want you gone, but also like I don't want to be like that guy.
yeah.
Like,
Well, it was there was this like a sense of guilt I felt because like I feel like we have a nice house, and we're in this nice neighborhood, and we work really hard for the things that we have. And this guy's all he's trying to do is just earn a little extra money and do these deliveries for Home Depot. And now he's got to deal with this problem. So everything he just worked for today is already gone. And
right.
like I felt bad, man. It did kind of suck, but I also helped the guy. I didn't just like leave him stranded. I gave him the gas, and I was like, when he was turning the ignition, like give it a little bit of gas. If you ran out, like let some of that run through there, and like it almost turned over, and we tried to get him there, and I physically pushed his vehicle. Like I helped as much as I knew how to do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so whatever, this all happens, and it's like 30 minutes later, we're almost done doing our thing, and then he shouts to me, oh, I got someone to come help me. I'm like, all right, man, it's good. I'm glad to hear. He's like, yeah, I met him like an hour ago. I'm like, what?
It takes a village. Takes a
Like, all
village.
right, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
he was a super nice guy. Don't get me wrong. This dude was super nice, and So I kind of look over, the guy he met an hour ago arrives in his SUV, which they look identical, but his is running.
Yeah, yeah, this is rough.
So it's much nicer. Um, he takes a chain out of his trunk, hooks it up to his vehicle, and they just slowly drive away. And I can hear the guy in the front SUV saying, "I should only ever feel you tap the brakes." Like, this is highly illegal. You're not allowed to just tow a car down the street with a 10-foot chain.
What? Oh man, you got to do what you got to do.
What I will
Ah,
say is the guy, like before he got in his vehicle and it was towed away by a chain by a stranger, he did turn to us and he was like, "Hey man, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll reimburse you for the gas." And I'm like, "Dude, do not worry about it. We've all had car troubles. Like, we're all, even though we're not neighbors in this this neighborhood, this development, we're neighbors in the community, so I'm happy to just help out. You don't have to worry about that." But I thought it was a really, really nice gesture that he was like, "Dude, I'll get you back for this."
oh, I mean, yeah, that's awesome. You know what? It sucks watching that. I
Yeah.
like I'm super grateful. I was thinking about it today. Super grateful for everything that I have.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I work like you. I've worked pretty hard for this. Plus,
Yeah.
I married a doctor, so props to me. I put some work into that too.
Oh,
And
I got to pause you right there. You do put a ton of work into that. You are an awesome husband. I have to be honest with you. You
oh
like
no,
you cook all of the meals, you meal prep every day so that to make sure that she's like taken care of, and you do like really thoughtful gifts and things for her. It's really awesome.
oh, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm a lucky guy, but I've been there. Like after I got out of the Marine Corps, I had a really tough couple of years,
Hmm.
and like I know how that feels. Like where like something like that happens, and for me, like a call a tow truck, what's going to cost $200, right? Right now, I'm like, I could do it. Like, I'm gonna be pissed off that I'm spending $200, but, like, it's not gonna break me. But I've been
Yeah.
in a place where something like that happens, and I'm like, "Fuck, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this." Like,
Yeah, man.
how uh, if I spend this $200, I'm not gonna have food for a couple of days or this or that, or, like, I'm not gonna be able to pay my bills. I've been there, so that shit sucks. But
Sucks,
also
man.
this is hilarious because I'd be so annoyed. I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm just trying to do my middle class shit right now, and this poor guy won't get off my fucking lawn."
Jesus. There.
It would be going through my mind, but, like, I feel for the
Yeah.
guy. That shit sucks, man.
Well, I
Um,
mean, both can happen at the same time, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
because like I don't know when I'm choring, I just want to like get my shit done, and I don't want to like be bothered by anybody. And not that he was a bother, he was a nice guy. He was just trying to do his thing, man. He was just trying to
Yeah.
make a little extra money, and yeah, it was a shitty situation, but he did get a full tank of gas out of it, which is like $80. So
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know,
yeah,
gas, it's wildly
if
expensive.
you were to ever see this though, which you won't because we have only two listeners and it's us.
Yeah.
uh, it really did mean a lot that he turned and said like, "How I'll get you back for this." That was a really cool thing because he was willing to put himself deeper in the hole to make it right with another person in the community, and
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and that to me, like in a really like stupid way, like that encompasses Buffalo. That's what Buffalo is.
I know, you guys are way too nice, I can't stand it. You're too positive. You're way
Depends who
too
you talk to,
positive.
I guess.
Also,
Way
uh
too long on that,
we just
dude.
spent 25 minutes on your regret.
I know. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but that story was too good not to tell the whole thing.
Oh my god, we got a half hour left. Um, I think what we should do is,
We have enough time to get through the deep end and then call it there.
I don't know if we have enough time to get through the deep end. All right, yeah, let's do it. All right. Let's see what happens here. All right. So the deep end. I just recently watched the Crash documentary on Netflix about Mackenzie Sherilla. And it's a wild story.
Oh yeah.
Wild. But I just want to say right now, watching it, I'm not convinced it was let me set the stage. Mackenzie Sherilla, at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, drove her car with 2 passengers, her boyfriend and a friend, her boyfriend Dominic Russo, her friend Davion Flanagan, going 100 miles per hour into a building, like a brick building,
Brick wall.
Mm-hmm. And Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan died. As a result, she was injured. She was in the hospital. Ultimately, she survived. She was charged and sentenced to 15 years to life. But I am
for
not
murder,
which
is an interesting charge.
Yeah, for murder. And I'm not convinced that there was they proved intent. Like obviously
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in the courtroom. I don't have all the evidence in front of me, but I'm just like, how do you prove intent here? I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah. So this is really, really interesting because I knew about this case because it made national news. So I had known about like the basics of it. And then when we watched the documentary, Sam was asking like, well, it was an accident. She's not going to get charged like for murder or something. She said it like as like a side comment. And I'm just sitting there being like, well wait, she does get charged with murder, just tried for murder. And she goes to prison for murder. Now, I think the intent piece I think is what's key, right? The I don't know the documentary the documentary showed intent for murder that might have come up in court, but I think basically what they were getting at was in court they proved that there was no other deterrent from this accident.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. But my thing is like the question for me is if she did something incredibly reckless, right? Is that the same thing as intentionally murdering 2 people? Like how do you get from one place to the other without knowing what was happening in that car at the time?
It
Like sure.
sounds more like manslaughter, right?
Right. Like yeah, sure. You know that the gas pedal was fully down, going 100 miles per hour. There was no braking or anything like that. But like there's nothing for me like proved her state of mind at all. I mean, they did show
Wow.
like some text messages like where they were arguing and like I guess he broke up with her and she was like, you better watch your back, watch your house, watch your life, which are weird text messages, but also like she's 17 and she she's obviously a moron. Like I heard a bunch of her talking during her her reels on TikTok or whatever. And like she doesn't sound very smart. Um, I don't know. I just I feel like people like that talk like that.
So I think what's most interesting to me about this case is the fact that she is 17, right? She was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
And like it's hard to even it's hard to articulate because I remember being 17 and like my brain wasn't all there yet. And like it shouldn't be. Scientifically, your brain's not done developing until like 22 years old.
Yeah.
So like is it crazy to think that she made a purposeful decision to end their lives and her own? because of like a breakup and the emotion of that. I don't think it's crazy to think that, because I don't think I can envision a scenario in which she made this choice to end her boyfriend's lives and her life, and her friend just happened to be in the car, and it's a very bad choice. But I guess I could understand how like an underdeveloped brain could get there.
Yeah.
At the same time, does that mean that she murdered them if she doesn't have the capacity to really understand the
Right.
consequences of her actions?
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know. Like,
Yeah.
these 2 kids died. But like, where's I just need. I think I just needed one piece of evidence where, like, at that night they were arguing, or friends saw them arguing, or he broke up with her, or something. But there was nothing to tell me what was going on that night. Nothing told me what their state of
Right.
mind was that night. Nothing. And I just don't understand how anybody got there to where, like, it was intentional. We can always all speculate and feel like we know,
Yeah.
but in a court of law, I feel like evidence is important.
Yeah. It's tough because the logical brain in me sees how they got there, right? Because the key was that they were able to prove with the toxicology report she was not on any real drugs, right?
Right.
So in a weird way, it almost would have been better if she was.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, for her.
Yeah, for her.
And like there would at least be an answer, right? There would be some closure as to what actually happened. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Very but it's also like incredibly tragic. Like you don't drive 97 miles an hour into a brick wall and think you're gonna live. So like
Right.
if it was intentional, she intended to kill herself too, if she happened to live. Which if you see the wreckage, the footage of the wreckage,
Oh,
it
it was
is
insane.
unbelievable a human
Insane.
survived that crash.
Yeah. The whole half of the car was ripped away from the front of the car,
I
or
mean,
something like that. It was.
I've never seen a photo of a car damaged like that.
Oh, I have.
Oh shit!
I've seen it in person.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, I've seen it in person. Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah, a
that's
truck
scary.
went. Yeah, a car went underneath an 18-wheeler, and it just tore the car in pieces. It was
Damn,
wild.
dude.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the other thing that I thought was interesting in the documentary, I want to know who her lawyer was. Like, I'd like to talk to him, because she chose to go to waive her jury trial and go with just a judge. And I thought that was the biggest mistake. Like, yeah, it sounds weird, but with the judge, you have to convince just one person. So you got a 50-50 shot. With a jury, you've got 12 people you can change their mind about. And I
so
thought,
this is an interesting point. I actually disagree with you on this.
oh, really?
Yes. Um, have you ever like served on jury duty?
No, I always get out of it somehow.
Yeah, I recently did, and it changed my perspective on things like this because the general public really does not understand the law. So, in a case like this, where like the interpretation of law matters so much when you're trying to establish intent, I think that you're fighting against people's opinion of the person that you are online. And then this was a girl that was
Yeah.
very heavily involved in an online presence. And so I can see why they would instantly look at that and like label her as, well, she's crazy. She's like self-absorbed and she did this on purpose because she's nuts, right? Like I can easily see how that you could get there. Whereas if you're just dealing with a judge who maybe doesn't understand the social media concept as much, but also understands like the perfect letter of the law, why that would be advantageous.
I understand what you're saying. I just think where you know what the evidence is, you know where they're going to go, and here they're like, oh, you have text messages threatening his life, blah 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 blah. You know all that. Uh, with a jury, you got to convince one person,
I mean, yeah. I mean,
and
this
like
is a good
it's
point.
like the whole defense, like it was the defense was wild. I have POTS. Well, should you be driving? Like then you did
Yeah,
then you did intentionally disregard their lives because you're driving with this shit that like makes you just pass out. That's dumb.
right. So I don't know. Like 'cause the documentary shows you what they want to show you, right? I would be really interested to see a lot more about what came out of the whole pods argument, right? Because it's risky. Because what you're saying, I think, is the more logical thing. Like, if you had pots, you shouldn't have been behind the wheel to begin with. You
Right.
did murder these kids, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, if you're trying to make the argument, well, she has pots, maybe she passed out and this was not intentional. Like that gets really complicated.
Yeah.
And
I
maybe
thought so
that's
too.
why they went with only the judge instead of a jury. Who knows? It's very there's so
I don't
many
know.
layers to this. Can I point this out, by the way?
Yes.
She was 17 years old, a minor, living in an apartment with a 20-year-old.
Yes.
What are the parents doing? What are you doing?
I know. I got a whole section on the parents.
Oh my god. Like what are you think like that's bad. Once they turn 18, they do whatever they want. And I totally understand that, right? But I feel like until they turn 18, you have a responsibility to protect that child. And you did not do that in this case. And
No.
I think that when you give too much freedom to somebody that young that doesn't understand the world yet, things like this can happen.
My favorite part in the documentary is her dad is like, we're not perfect parents, but like, we love our daughter. And I'm like, you're not good parents. Your
Yeah.
daughter is living with a man at 17 years old. She's putting videos on the internet every day of her smoking pot and driving. You're bad parents. And then
Yeah.
the mother, she's like, yeah, we never really had to discipline her much. She was always a good kid. Like, maybe her mouth once in a while, but there was not a lot of disciplining. Maybe there should have been.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
like, listen, I don't think you should abuse kids. I'm kind of against hitting them, but maybe you should have hit her once in a while. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
they're just like so upset and offended that like they're charging her with murder. Like, I looked in my daughter's eyes, and I asked her if she did this, and she said no, and I believe her. I know when she's lying. I'm like, no, you don't. Sorry, no, you don't. Your daughter was a bad
Yeah.
fucking kid. She was a bad kid, and she was lying to you all the time, probably. Or maybe she was telling you the truth, and you just didn't give a fuck, and that's why she ended up like this. This is your
Yeah.
fault. You failed your daughter.
Yes. And now, right, taking a step back, looking at like her online persona, which I know is like, it's an act. Sometimes it can be like a real act, but then combining that with some of the footage that we saw of her being like patronizing to this guy and on the phone threatening him and all that stuff, trying to break back into his house when they broke up, like all that kind of thing. I look at all that and I'm like, this is a person that has never been disciplined, that has
Never.
never suffered consequences of their actions. And so when you have a human, like a child, and I'm not a parent, right? So like, what do I know? But I feel like I've also read studies about this. When you when you have a child that suffers no consequences for anything that they do, they grow up to be assholes.
Yes.
They think they can do whatever they want because there's never been a consequence for anything that they do, and they always think they're right. And so,
Yeah.
once again, if I'm a jury, I combine a lot of these things, and I'm like, no, this person's an asshole.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Um, the other thing I thought is interesting for me, all right, if I'm a dad, and my daughter is 17 years old and she's dating a man who's barely a man and he lives in his own home. Like, where are you getting this money from? And don't tell me this guy was doing crypto trading and that's how he did it. He was selling drugs. He ha- I
I had the same thought.
he had to be selling drugs. I did see a text message like, can we get 40 or something like that in one of the texts, and I was like, the guy's selling drugs. He's got to be. Uh, I
Yeah,
mean,
you're
maybe
not
not.
20 years old. You're not 20 years old driving an Audi
Yeah,
by like day trading. Like you don't have enough world experience to understand what goes on with day trading. Like and
I
understand
don't
these
know.
companies and how people react.
Maybe this guy's like a genius. I really don't know, but I refuse to believe he was making all his money on Dogecoin.
So to the moon.
um,
Yeah. I had the exact same thought. And then they're also like huge stoners. So like it doesn't.
yeah,
You have to be
right.
extremely sharp and extremely quick. Like if they were doing a ton of cocaine, I'm like, oh, he's day trading. But they're smoking a ton of weed.
No, he's not. But
He ain't
that's
day
the other
trading.
thing I thought was interesting. Because the parents were like, "Yeah, she smokes weed. Weed's okay. She's a she's a child."
Yeah, for
Like,
real though.
listen, I smoked a ton of pot when I was a kid, and I look back and I'm like, that was a huge mistake. Also, I get to talk
Mhm.
about these things, so I guess it's not that huge of a mistake. Looking at where I am now, but it's a huge mistake. Like it fucks with your brain. It fucks with it how it's developing. Like you don't let your child smoke pot. Even if you smoke pot,
Yeah,
like you tell them, all right, when you turn fucking 21, go ahead, smoke as much pot as you want. But you're gonna do well in school, you're gonna graduate, you're gonna be smart, you're not gonna live with a guy, you're not gonna do drugs, you're not gonna do drugs and drive. I don't know. I like the parents should be in jail too. That's how I feel
yeah.
about it.
At least 6 months.
Ugh,
But because
ugh.
you're 100% right. I look at. I got two things. First of all, you know you're old because you call it pot. Secondly, um, I don't really use marijuana. It's just not something that I do. But I I will know a lot of people that do, and every single day of their entire lives, every moment they can, and there are still a lot of like upstanding citizens that smoke weed. It doesn't have to be this bad thing, right? But I
No,
do think that like a parent needs to put some limits on it. Like maybe wait, finish for your brain to develop first. Like there's a reason the drinking age is 21.
yeah,
Studies have shown that like that's when your brain ends up in full development and like around there. And it's going to affect different people different ways, but you're going to really stunt brain development by smoking too much weed too early. And like I don't know. I just think that I think it's fine if people do it. I think it's fine if you end up doing it with your kids. I drink with my dad. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that
yeah.
that needs to be a big deal, but maybe wait until they're like of an appropriate age, and
I
then
agree.
they can start delving into these things.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with people smoking pot. I tried it. This thing is really annoying the shit out of me right now. All right, we got to fix. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I'm totally cool with people smoking pot. I tried it a couple of years ago to because I was having trouble sleeping with my back.
Hmm.
Um, and I didn't like it. It made me super paranoid. It was weird. I didn't want to do it in front of Paige,
Hmm.
like because I just felt funny and I hated it. But like some people, I know a very, very, very successful human being that smokes pot. He's super successful.
Yeah,
Like, but he's a grown up.
Yeah.
He's a grown up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I
Uh,
feel like there's nothing wrong on a weekend letting loose, and like I'll have a couple of beers on a weekend, and like I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking a little weed, at an appropriate time and place. And then there's obviously a ton of benefits to like taking an edible or here and there for sleep or whatever it is. Um, there's a ton of benefits to that. That's not to be discounted, but when you're using it recreationally, just like alcohol, like you don't drive with it, you don't you don't do it underage, and there
yeah,
really isn't an age limit on weed, to be honest.
yeah, I agree. There was one thing I wanted to touch on though, because I thought this was really sad because the documentary I thought, uh, my notes are all messed up, but I thought that the documentary didn't do a good job of telling us who Dom or Davion were really.
Yeah,
And I know there's only so much time, but I like they're the people who died.
yeah,
And it's a shame. I don't really know anything about uh her boyfriend's life, Dom. Really
yeah,
nothing going on. But Davion, like it looked like this kid like was a smart kid. He had great parents. That guy, man, I felt bad for that guy because like you could tell like we put an effort and he wanted his kids to be succeed and go further and be better than him. I just got that vibe from him. You know,
yeah,
uh, and they just didn't say enough about it. And I thought I was a little disrespectful because like especially Davion, like they were just like, yeah, he was in the car too. He was just in the car.
yeah. You're so right about this. This is such a good point. Ah, documentary makers, like the people that we're talking about, the deceased, should be the main story. And I
Yeah,
get it, right? Like the stories about the case and about like what she may or may not have done, but you can easily spend a little bit of time talking about them. I mean, they went into it a little bit, right? Outstanding football player, tore his ACL, too young. His football like aspirations are over. I thought it was really empowering though, like that he dealt with that in a constructive way, and then went into like, all right, well, I want to be a barber, and he was like pursuing barber school. And I think that's super cool. That's a super cool
yeah,
thing to do. And the fact now that they have a like scholarship program for someone going
yeah. I thought
into
that was
that
cool too.
kind of a
Yeah,
thing, I think it's a really awesome way to keep his memory alive. What's also really cool about Davion is that he was adopted, grew up in the foster care program with his siblings, and this lovely couple adopted all of them.
yeah.
That's a really cool. That's a tough upbringing, and you could tell that this kid had a bright future. And yeah, it's just tragic, man.
But I will say one thing because I know this from kind of experience. Um, when he couldn't play football anymore, like his father should have been like, "You can't play football. We're going to pottery classes. Like you're not going out with these people. These are not your friends. This is what we're
Yeah,
doing." And forced the fucking issue. He wouldn't have been in that car, and only those two would be dead. And that's like a terrible thing to say, but like that I so I got caught doing drugs in high school. I played basketball in high school. So I got kicked off and banned from all the sports, and it gave me time to go drinking and do drugs and not do anything else. And it was a
yeah.
huge, huge mistake. Like you gave me all the time in the world to do whatever I wanted, and I felt like that was the only thing. Who knows? I'm not living in that house. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. But also, if that was my kid, you're not going anywhere. You're not hanging out with these fucking losers.
Well, I mean, this is an excellent point, though. That's why you see like anybody that's a successful athlete now, they're a multi-sport athlete. There's not one NFL player that only played football. They
Right.
played basketball, they played volleyball, they played even tennis, right? Lateral speed. They play multiple sports, and a lot of it is to make sure that if they don't grow up in a great area, to keep them out of the bad stuff. And I think it's a good point to call out again. We're not in the home. They seem like lovely people.
They do.
You know, and for what it's worth, just because these kids smoked weed doesn't mean they were bad people to like their face, right? So like they could have appeared to be, you know, really nice kids and a really nice group. They seemed pretty close knit. Um, but yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I think keeping kids active in things, even if it's not like physical activity, it's like something like you said, pottery, or like I'm a big well, like, I'm a big proponent. You know me, I'm a musician. I
Yeah.
big proponent of like learning instruments and like getting your creativity out that way. And you know, it's important, I think, to get the youth involved in as much as you can.
Yeah. I agree.
My dad never had a concern because the second I told him in high school that I wanted to do theater, he's like, "All right, he's not drinking."
uh, yeah, he was like, after the play, no glory holes. Stay away from the glory holes. Because people do theater, they're gay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I can smell a gay probably quarter mile.
Oh man. Yeah, this whole thing, it's not this whole episode. There's like 15 minutes that we can use.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
It's mostly just us breathing in.
Yeah. Yeah, we next episode, let's steer away from making fun of theater kids. Maybe we try, I don't know, gym bros.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot there. A lot of
Yeah, there
material.
is. All right. I have a couple of other things that I thought were interesting. Mrs. Sherilla's statement. Do you remember
Oh
her? She
my
gets up in front of
god.
the judge and she's just talking about her daughter, and the judge is like, I hear a lot about your daughter and not the victims. And and she says, well, Davian was just he was a new friend. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, how could you really said, well, he was a new friend, like that he didn't really matter, so I'm not talking about him even though my daughter killed
Yes.
him? What?
Yes.
Are you a moron?
This was the part of the documentary where on the couch I put my head under the blanket because it was so cringe.
Yeah,
I couldn't watch.
it was so
I was
bad.
like, oh
Uh,
my god, the worst thing that they could have done was let the mom speak.
I know, but it really is like like a picture. She painted a picture. This is how I parent. Like
Yes. Yes.
like you didn't prepare for this. Nobody like said, "Hey, maybe I should take a look at what you're writing." You didn't ask anybody. Hey, like, I, oh my god, you didn't ask for help. Like
Hey, is this
this
completely tone deaf or
right?
like
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just like it showed me kind of like this is how you approach life. You don't prepare, you don't think. Um, it's all emotion. You're a fucking idiot.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the Mackenzie's statement, it was terrible too. All she did was
Yeah.
talk about herself.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah. Completely tone deaf.
yeah,
Like
it's just
if
wild.
if there was a jury there before sentencing, like no, she like those statements alone would have put her in prison.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe I got this all wrong with the jury thing.
I
Um,
mean, I think you have good points about it. I just like after watching everything that happened, I cannot imagine that your chances would have been better with a jury.
yeah. I don't know. For me, my final ruling on this is I'm not convinced that she intentionally um killed those two kids, but I am completely convinced that everybody in her life failed her completely.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair statement.
Yeah. Wow. Fucking chaos, man. Chaos.
Chaos, dude.
But I mean, apparently we're probably going to have to do some updates here because apparently, like, she's had a lot of violations in prison recently. So I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe we'll talk about that another time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Also not shocking.
Where she's in prison, it's very strange. Like, they get like social media time. Um, the dress code is not like a prison dress code, sort of. It's very relaxed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Andy
Well,
Dufresne would have had a much easier time in that prison.
I know. Poor Andy Dufresne.
Turned out all right for him.
Yeah. But that warden, man, he was obtuse. Oh man. All right, let's get out of the deep end. We got to wrap this up. Uh, we did good though in the deep end this time. I feel like we didn't drown.
No, we never got obtuse.
Yeah, we didn't got to. But yeah, we got to end it here. We went over.
Yeah,
We got a
good
lot of
discussion.
stuff for next week because we didn't get to a lot of stuff that we had planned.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, man. I still think it was great. I had a great time. I'm gonna have to
I had a
edit
great
the
time.
entire thing. It's gonna be an hour and a half of nothing.
Just silence.
Silence. I think that's what the people want anyway. Just
And
not
that's
to
definitely
hear.
what my wife wants out of this podcast.
I know. Did you, oh, I had no idea. She was like, I don't want to get the ick. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. And then, so this morning I asked Paige and she explained it to me. And I'm like, I'm still confused. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's basically like a major turnoff.
Oh, yeah, I don't get it. We're hilarious.
I think we are stunning and gay.
That's what it is. She's jealous of our relationship.
She's jealous of our bromance, dude.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't blame her. I'd be
I don't
jealous of
either.
this too.
Yeah. If I could, I'd move in with you and kick her out.
I mean, you could
We'd
do
have
that.
so we'd get bunk beds. We'd have so much fun.
You, you could do that anytime you want. You just got to burn down your house.
That's right. Yeah. All right. What's the opposite of the wet bandits?
Well, they were the sticky bandits first.
They're, no, but that didn't stick.
Pun intended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opposite of the wet bandits, it would be the spicy bandits, the
No,
fire bandits.
be like the spicy volunteers. All right. Let's get out of here. For the 3 people who listen to this, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want, lower your expectations. This was 2 idiots and 2 microphones. Wait, no,
That's
that's
it.
not our name. It's 2 guys, no
That's
credentials.
not our name.
No. All right. Bye, everyone. Woogie boogie.
Woogie boogie.